Today on the Platinum Patrol we have the RathFr clan, the Iron Destroyer 2, the RathFr Haster, aka the Kinhanj, as the Yellow Khmer, the Iron Destroyer 2 is the Slavs, and we have the Raz, aka playing as a barcode in Age of Empires 2, Definitive Edition, at, I don't know, 1300 ELO, 1400 ELO team games. I'm not sure why you're barcoding. You're so awesome. That means his whole Steam name's a barcode also. Steam profile barcoded. Up against them we have the Danger Jonas. Well, the XS Danger Jonas XX as the Chinese. The Mr. Fahrenheit as another Khmer. And the Jomo Hogo as the Vietnamese. So we have half the players in this game are playing as Khmer. We zoom out for a second, take a look at their maps here. It appears we have the Iron Destroyer 2's got a gold, berries and stone all in the back, not bad. It's not too bad. He has he can wall off here, he can wall off here. His goats are all in the back though, he might not find these. Okay, looks like he sent a scout there back right away, so he's gonna find them. It's a really weird spot for all the goats to be. Well, not weird, but he could have missed these pretty easily. He can wall here, add another golden stone. This space is pretty good, he's gonna find both these boars pretty easily. Take a little Haster has. These are the safest stone and gold you can possibly have. Nice. The only thing that'd be safer is they're next to the town center. And this one he can wall in. Not bad, not bad. His berries here might be exposed, but I imagine he won't be attacked before they're exploited. And Raz here, he's got some back resources too. Nice, not bad. And here we have our Danger Jonas. Looks like he's gonna be fine too. He's taking in this wood for his lumber camp, probably a good choice. Bringing in a boar, nothing special there. Mr. Fahrenheit, the Khmer player, bringing in a sheep, found some more goats. Idle villagers for a minute here, waiting for the sheep. This is not great. Okay, there we go. He's gonna start getting it. His gold is in the front though. This could be a problem if he gets pushed. His spawn is not great. Like both of his stones are in the front of his base, and two of his golds are outside where he'd normally wall, like this wood line to this stone. Two golds are outside there, and I guess a main gold right here is at the front of his base by this wood line. So he's gonna have to secure this location for sure. This could be rough for him. And then we have our Jomo Hogo over here. Looks like, oh man, he's got all of it. His gold's in front. His gold and stone are in front too. So that could be a problem. He's got a stone back here, but again, all of his big resources, like the important ones, the stone and gold here for later game, are in the front. His wood, he's going back on this one, but his base isn't fantastic either. So what is going on in this game then? Raz will actually steal one of this guy. So Danger Jonas found both goats, didn't move them yet, and then Raz stole one. Wow. What thief. Looks like we have a boar lore going on in here for Iron Destroyer 2. Taking his, he's got a couple of people getting wood. Take a look at the villagers here, they're all about 14 to 15. Jomo Hogo is actually like 13. I imagine something went wrong for him. Shouldn't be the biggest of deals. Scouting. If we take a look at what we know from particularly Haster. Wait a minute. What are these guys doing? He's getting a lumber camp now. Well, Raz, he's getting a lumber camp now too. They've had so many people on food this whole time. Just going up to the feudal age at 15 population here for the RathFr King Hanj, aka Haster. That's pretty weird. Didn't build a mill. That's also pretty weird. And these two villagers are walking across the map. And he's the Khmer, so he doesn't need the barracks to build a stable or archery range. So this could be some kind of forward. We have a ping here. So I think Iron Destroyer 2 is letting his teammates know where this guy's base is. The villager doesn't have bloom yet. And the scout's going for him. Scout's going in. Oh, there's another boar lore. Oh, the scout's under attack. And went after to block the villager and got shot by the town center. And while that was going on, the villager died to the wild boar. So he attempted to do two things at once. Neither one succeeded, and they both ended very badly. I imagine his score is pretty low now. We can take a look at that if we want to. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Talking about the scores though, if we look at the villager count, Haster's up to the feudal age and he still only has 15. And Roz also only has 14 villagers. They're both very low on supply, or population here. And if we can take a look, as Roz is sending his villagers forward too now. Oh boy. This is going to be a very interesting one. Let's see what they're going to do. Hasters are here. Looks like he might be waiting for wood. Yeah, he doesn't have enough wood yet. If we take a look at Roz, he's in the feudal age now. And these villagers are forward. This scout looks to be harassing the opponents. Interesting. Now, if we take a look at what the other team knows, like Danger Jonas, we've put just to what he can see here. He doesn't know anything is going on. He sees teammate pings of where bases are. Sure, he's looking for an enemy now. He's doing a good job scouting around his base, but he doesn't know what's coming. Oh, he's got to be so close to seeing it right now, though. No, not quite. Right, he needs a little bit further over. Now, Haster's over here, right? Let's take off view lock for a second. Haster's over here, right? There's the archery range. So here comes the archers. I mean, and remember remember that this whole time, looks like they're pinging everyone's bases. Okay. So this whole time, they're only at 17 and 16 villagers. Danger Jonas now at the feudal age. Oh, sorry, XX Danger Jonas XX, the real gamer name. Roz has got his first archer. This scout, he's gotta almost see this building. He sees the villager working. Go get him. Go get him, boy. So, there we go. Iron Destroyer 2 and Mr. Fahrenheit just at the feudal age. So, we'll have to see what they are going to go for. Being Khmer, Knights are certainly an option. And being Slavs, Knights are also an option. Barracks is done, so I imagine it's actually going to be Scouts. Roz is really pushing this guy off the berry bushes, though. That's some good economic damage here. It looks like he's pushing back. Roz does need some more houses. Speaking of houses, actually, Roz needs more. Haster's going to need more soon. Speaking of Haster, though, how is his rush going? He's getting walled here. He just started sending his archers in, forcing the 4 villagers here off the wood line, but there's another wood line over here. Oh, he's going to scout it? He might know about it from earlier. He's going to actually send over here. Okay, he tries to wall in with houses, but that doesn't work as well versus archers as it does versus melee units. So he's going to actually try and fight these. Over here, Roz gets a villager, takes out another one. That's really good. And now he's using skirmishers. I'm not sure about that. He does not have enough gold. So his skirmishers are fighting these villagers along with the scouts. These villagers could actually win this, unless he doesn't have bloom. He does have bloom. He's got a lot of idols though. It's very good economic damage from Roz. Really putting the pressure on. I don't know about running underneath the town center though. You want to keep this scout alive. There's one down. Don't lose the skirmishers. Well, I guess that's 2 skirmishers and a scout down. Haster's pulled back. He found the skirmishers being built from the 2 archery ranges here from Jomo Hogo. And they're going to stop him in his tracks for now. Roz has got a barracks. I'm not sure. He's building spearmen. I guess he saw the stable. You only need 1 or 2 spearmen though to protect your archers. Although if he's going skirmisher, this doesn't really do much damage. We'll have to see. So here we go. Haster comes in here again. Needs 3 skirmishers. Immediately falls back. So how are the scouts going from the Iron Destroyer 2? There's a stable. I guess he's I guess he gave up on it. What is he doing anyway? Oh, he's gonna go Knights. Okay, he's going up to Castle Age for Knights. Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So he's going Castle Age Knights. Makes sense. Roz is finishing this tower. It should have. I think this tower should have been a little closer. I don't think it reaches these berry bushes. But he's gonna force back the Danger Jonas's units anyway, and now it can protect archers over here. So I guess that's one way to pressure the forage bushes. Build a tower to protect your units. Alright, this spearman might get a scout kill. No, it walks by the scout, letting his archer buddy die. This is the worst friend you'll ever have. He sees you getting beat up, you're stuck in an alley, a dude on a horse is hitting you with a sword, and all you've got is a little bow and you can't kill the guy hitting you. This guy walks by and says, you know what? I don't like you. Walks by it. Underneath a building with a bunch of dudes. He lets the dudes get in the building and they all shoot him to death. He let you die and then killed himself. What a buddy. Haster here has a lot of skirmishers and archers as well, but he's been walled out, and his opponent has enough skirmishers, I think. They can defend any attack from Haster, so this rush by Haster did not work. Looks like walling in here everywhere. Makes sense, makes sense. Speaking of walls, this is completely open back at home for Roz and Haster. At any point someone had made scouts or walks to the bases, they're in so much trouble. So, in the meantime, what's the pocket doing here? So Mr. Fahrenheit here looks to be going up to Castle Age as well, I'd imagine. Khmer, yeah, he's going, eventually. He just started. Okay, so he's going up to Castle Age, and the Iron Destroyer 2 are both going up to Castle Age. I think they're within a second of each other. Okay, so here we have Roz is pushing in. These spearmen are chewing into this stable. Eventually it might die. We have a market dropped up here. Looks like Danger Jonas wants to wall in the back of his base here. Probably a good idea. Looks like he's telling his teammate where he can enter the base. Mr. Fahrenheit's been doing a whole bunch of stuff here. Alright, so there is the double stable. It's gonna be knights. Double stable knights. Iron Destroyer 2 is also getting his second stable, so he's gonna go knights too. Knight War. Not the pocket, but playing like it. I don't know if I've ever said this, I really like how Palisades gates look. I like the aesthetics, even if don't really know much about their historicalness. I just like how these things look. The palisade walls look cool. Should just play as the Goth, so I can't make stone walls. Now here comes Haster. He's coming in with Roz. This is a big push. There's no way there's enough here to hold this. But the town center is in the way, but there's no villagers to garrison in it. So this stable and barracks will probably die. A little bit of combat going on here. And there we go. Both Iron Destroyer 2 and Mr. Fahrenheit hit the Castle Age. I imagine knights will be started right now. Not yet. And not yet. Not enough gold from Mr. Fahrenheit. Iron Destroyer 2 probably has a similar issue. Oh yeah, he has started the knights, just didn't show up. Okay, yeah, he has the knights. Speaking of people with knights though, Haster's got to deal with them. Haster and Roz have to deal with these knights. They're going to be a big problem. Unless they get more spearmen. But I think Roz has enough spearmen. Haster is diving in here past the town center. This is a good choice. A lot of harassment to be done here. A lot of damage, that's for sure. And there are two knights here though. Haster doesn't have any spearmen, so these knights will be a problem for him. They don't have any armor upgrades though, so for now the archers do 2 damage instead of 1, and they can deal with it. And that's good. But behind this, Roz is coming in, and that's going to be a problem. Talking about problems though, there's 2 big ones here. One is there's knights here, and on the minimap, I didn't show it when we were watching Roz harass, but this whole army encountered these 2 knights from Iron Destroyer 2, and he sent it all back to his base. Now these knights are hitting his wall. So he's going to have to deal with knights without the access to bodkin arrow or crossbows. And he has no well, he has a barracks, but he needs spearmen. He's got to eat some spearmen. The other problem is we take a look here from our Mr. Fahrenheit player. He has 1,400 gold, and he doesn't have anything to do with it. He needs to make knights, but he didn't have enough food. He didn't have enough food because he didn't have enough wood. Because he's been forced to try and react to everything. So, like, if we look here. Oh, don't fight here. This is an awful spot to fight with knights. This is the perfect position for Roz, though. He got himself in here. This is going to be this is not going to go anywhere. Nope. The spearmen are on the wrong side now, though. I think there's 1 or 2 in front. This is going to be painful. He's going to lose a couple archers he didn't need to, but he should be fine. These spearmen and archers in this corner cannot be broken without other skirmishers or archers. It's too good of a position against knights. But what I was saying before is Mr. Fahrenheit had to react to the archer rush on his teammates earlier, right? So he built his archery range and sent skirmishers. That cut into his wood supply, so when he tried to make his farms to support his double stable knights, he didn't have enough wood for his knights, for the farms for his knights, and that's the position he's in now. That's why he has so much gold, because he's been reacting to everything. Iron Destroyer 2 actually broke in the gate here. One knight went down doing this, and he's breaking in, but he can't fight underneath his town center. Haster's bringing in backup though. These knights have their +2 armor, so they're only going to take 1 damage from every ranged attack by this army. But there's still 20 ranged attacks, so 5 or 6 volleys will kill a knight. But in that time, a knight can kill like 2 of these units. Haster here now pressuring as well, but walling in. Pretty smart here, walling in his wood. This will not help versus Haster, but Haster's sending in his skirmishers 1 at a time. Roz here has pushed past the TC, and there's towers going up now to defend as he harasses more. Spearman archers, I don't think he can deny this tower, but maybe he can stop this one. He's doing good damage here, that's for sure. Iron Destroyer 2 is trying to break in the wall here, but this got house walled in, and now he's forced to retreat again. But now the Haster is coming in here with his own units, and this might be a coordinated attack. If the knights get in front here with Haster skirmishers, they could wipe this army. Very realistically, they could take this whole army out. Roz is doing great damage here too, but it looks like there's knights from Mr. Fahrenheit have cleaned up everything in the back of his base, running around as the towers take stuff out. And here we go. Iron Destroyer 2 pulls in, takes out 1 Spearman, retreats once the Spearman turn around. He really wants Haster to take the Spearman out for him. There it is. The knights are diving in. There should be enough to overwhelm this. Haster coming here. He is taking out the Spearman. Exactly what they need. And Town Center's garrison, but these knights have enough armor. They've got a surround now. They surrounded all the archer units, and that should be it. The skirmishers are firing from behind from Haster, and the knights just wipe everything out. So that's it for this guy. Jomo Hogo's in a lot of trouble now. I think... How many knights are here? 14 knights? Yeah, this town center might go down. He's gonna lose his TC. Spearman coming out. Haster will have to take it out. And the south tower is going down. In the meantime, Roz is back in this corner. This is a nightmare for our opponent here. The Danger Jonas. He's stuck here. These knights from his teammate can't do anything. So what is the follow-up? Mr. Fahrenheit has to carry this game. Still making knights. Now he's out of gold. I think he used all his resource balancing hasn't been great this game. He's used up all of his gold, and now he doesn't have it to make knights with. Now he has 1,500 food. Running around back here again with the damage. But talking about damage, look at the economic damage here. There's 46 villagers from Haster and 43 from Roz and 46 from Haster. But they've kept their enemies, Mr. Fahrenheit and Jomo Hogo, and Danger Jonas way down. Danger Jonas only has 38 villagers. That's from direct damage from Roz raiding here. And over here, the knights broke in, they killed the TC, broke in this wall, and forced all the villagers to evacuate. And Jomo Hogo's only at 36, he's been harassed by knights this game. And Mr. Fahrenheit's at the highest on their team, but he doesn't even have that many, he's only at 52. Because he keeps having to be forced to spend his money to defend his teammates. Wall broken. Roz finally hits the castle age. Haster's still not there. He just got there a little bit ago. This guy, Jomo Hogo's not there. Iron Destroyer 2 follows the villagers. Takes out a couple more knights. Goodbye, Mr. Fahrenheit, to leave these trees here. He almost chopped through. Of everything in this wall, he just chooses to kill Jomo Hogo's house. Not the palisade walls or the Mr. Fahrenheit's house. No, it's Jomo Hogo's. Speaking of him though, he has a good number of spearmen here, 10 spearmen. This base should be pretty safe from the knights at least. From a cost basis. Knights coming in here, some archer support from Haster with no upgrades. Here come pikemen. So the pikemen are going to fight the archers of Haster. Perfect. And it leaves the knights free to kill the knights. This is good teamwork. Speaking of teamwork, Roz is still here forcing the front, while in the back he was cleaned up by the knights of Mr. Fahrenheit. A bunch of dead units here. Haster finally hits the castle age. There's so many knights now though. These pikemen numbers are too low. What is Mr. Fahrenheit doing? He needs something to carry his team. So here's a new town center from Jomo Hogo. If at any point they're able to counterattack, Roz's base here and Haster's base here just have nothing at them. No defenses, no units, no walls. They could be taken out very easily. And now the front here is being pushed. Since they scouted this wall being built, a second layer of walls coming up now. And more siege workshop from Haster. This will break everything down. Probably a mangonel to force the town center down, so that the Iron Destroyer 2 doesn't have to keep using his knights on the buildings. or even battering rams would be good. This front taking a lot of damage. These knights need actually don't have blast finish yet. That could be nice to get. And there's 16 idle villagers. Okay, here's elephants. Need more elephants. There's 4 elephants. He's getting ready to defend his base. Town center is garrisoning. I think you can wait a little bit more. Knights are here. Elephants are very well statted to fight knights, but there's so many knights. I think with the town center support, even with the town center support, I think there's just too few elephants. I think he needed a couple more elephants before this happened. Oh, here's 9 more knights. I think this might be it. They're pushing in, but crossbow support from the King Hanj with their 1 damage per shot on these elephants really helping out. That was sarcasm in case you couldn't tell. But there's just so many knights here. And I think this will be it. They're going to surround these elephants, and I think we might lose the town center here. GG for Mr. Fahrenheit. Yep. He knows his town center is about to go down. He doesn't have any units left. I think he needed to wait for like 2 more waves of elephants, and that's GG from all the members. And that's it. At the end of the game here, we can see, look at the stats here in the military. Well, in the score in general, Iron Destroyer 2 was allowed to do whatever he wanted that game. Because Hafster and Roz did their early rushes, it was a good teamwork there. And in the end, they were able to take the win. And you can see how efficient knights are in the Castle Age, right? 74 units killed, 17 lost. They're very good in the Castle Age, but elephants are better. There just weren't enough to fight. Well, better stat-wise. They weren't enough in the end. And at the end of the game, yeah, the early rushes allowed the third teammate to do whatever he wanted, get a bunch of villagers, and they pressured the opponents enough that they were able to take the win in the end.